everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Di's Shorts. And I have a fun little 3D project to share with you today. And this is from one of the past paper pumpkin kits, and it's still in the online store. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can get past kits. Now, when the video goes, it's hard to tell because things sell out really quick when they're like refills and past things like that. So you want to make sure you check that out. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. And I have the worst allergies. Oh my gosh! I just sneeze, and I'm just full of bleh. So ignore my my stopped up nose sound. But anyways, so that's what we're gonna do today. So like I said, if you are watching this video later, these kits could be gone. I am watching the live with you though. I'm in the chat room, so if you have any questions or anything like that, just head on over to the chat and we can talk during the video. If you are watching the replay, then leave a comment below and YouTube will let me know, and then I can reach out to you. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to adjust my camera. So hold on for a second while I get my camera adjusted. Okay, before we get started, I want to let you know that registration is open for my virtual fall social. So make sure if you plan to register for that, you let me know. Supplies are limited, and I already have a bunch of you already registered, so I'm so happy for that. You can go to my blog over here. There's some information in regards to the bundle that you're going to be getting, the stamp set. There'll be other things you're going to get, but those are the two main things. I'm probably going to sneeze. I don't know how many times through the video. So make sure you check that out. And that is a virtual event. All right, what else do I have on here? Just the bonus days, my host code. I've already talked to you about that. And yeah, so all right. Oh my golly. All right, so what I'm using is the pieces from, well, it's a little it reminds me of a milk box container, like we would get at school when we were young. This kind of reminds me of, and it's from the Sweet Springtime kit, because it does other things, like there's other things you get with it, but I'm just going to be using the cute little box. I'm also going to be using my nose. I'm so sorry. All right, because the other day when I was playing with the Garden Meadow, I just love the little wheelbarrow so much that I wanted to play with it some more. So we're going to play with that. I also pulled out, I couldn't decide on which greeting because I wanted a smallish greeting. So I grabbed the Country Birdhouse. I can't remember. I don't think I ended up using that one. I got the greeting from the Labeled with Love instead. The Country Birdhouse had some cute ones too. And I also used the Country Flowers because I loved this flower market stamp, and I wanted to use that. Alright. I also used the Perennial Postage. This seems to be my go-to die right now. And then, of course, the Garden Meadow die that goes with that Garden Meadow stamp set. Alright, let me get my wire here. I had a zoom with Eric's work, and I had to adjust my camera, so it's kind of wires everywhere. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we have the cute little box. Now, what I did earlier was I did stamp the little wheelbarrow, and I wanted to make it look like it's really full. So what I did do was I stamped it again, and I die cut them both out, and I'm going to put these together to give it the look of like a extra thick, you know, kind of wheelbarrow. All right. So let's get this put together first. Now, when you do the box, any kind of box, right? Any three-dimensional box, anything that has scores, always get your scores going before you assemble the box. It makes it so much easier. You can give it a really good crisp score, your bone folder. Okay, so there's the bottom ones. And then we want to bring this in here. And then this goes back the other direction. Okay. And I'm just giving it a good crease. Now, we're going to put some ribbon on here. So it already has these little holes already for us. So I'm just poking out that paper there. I love that little scallop edge on these boxes. It's just so cute with this fun pattern. It's like gingham and the little flowers on the bottom. Okay. Now we also have these anglies. So can you see that little score? So we also have these anglies. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to kind of, you know, make sure that that crease knows what it's supposed to do when we start putting our box together. So again, I'm just using my fingernail just to kind of get those ready. Because if not, your box, it doesn't want to fold together right. It wants to kind of bend in the wrong spots. So that's why I like to get my scores doing what they need to do before I get started. Okay. And then before we glue it, I'm just going to kind of dry fit everything and just make sure that it's going to fold and bend right once it gets glued. And it looks like it's good, right? Because if this didn't, this would bow in. It would bow in with this. So everything looks like it's going to behave. So then I can glue my box together. So what I like to do is I like to lay it down so that it's flat. And then I want to bring over what's going to get glued together. So this seam right here, these two pieces get glued together. So I like to lay it flat, and then you know it's going to be perfect, right? If you put it together and then you glue it like this, you could tweak it a little bit. So by laying it flat, you just are sure that it's going to be accurate. So I'm just using green tip glue. Gives me a little wiggle room. All right. Hopefully that's good and dry. If it was just me gluing alone, I would let it sit a little longer, but you're here with me, so I don't want you to be waiting too long. All right, so we have these two bigger pieces. So they go in like that, and then these two go like this. So see that? All right. But I have a back seam. Where's my back seam? Right here. Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm doing it. All right. So I'm just going to use, again, my green tip glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit on this flap, and then I'm going to bring this big flap down. Then I'm going to put glue on my smaller flap, lay them down, and then I'm going to quickly flip it around because I want to make sure it's still staying square, it still looks good. And then I'm going to take my bone folder. I'm just going to tap it around in here, and that way I'm making sure that the glue is sticking in here, like it's putting all those pieces together on the bottom of my box. All right, so that's good. So see how cute are they? So doesn't that remind you of like a little milk box? But if you didn't do your scores beforehand, believe me, if you try to do it without, these just bend in. See, I have one right here that I wasn't paying attention. I glued it. And then I'm trying to like fold this and see how it wants to pull this one in, because I didn't tell my scores what I wanted them to do before. So I did another one. All right. So we have this. So I'm just going to set that aside. And then we're going to get to the rest of our decorating. All right, so like I said, I did 2 wheelbarrows because I want to make this look like it's an extra fat wheelbarrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away some of this. So I'm going to take that leaf. I'm going to take this leaf all the way away. Just like that. What I also want to do is I want to cut this away, because this right here, this is the other handle, right? It is the other handle of this wheelbarrow. That is it right there. But I'm going to have this be the second handle. So I don't need this one. So we're just kind of modifying our little wheelbarrow a little bit. Also, this die cuts it out, but it doesn't cut out this, so I want to cut out that. So I'm just going to use a hole punch. And I'm just kind of going to go in there, and I'm just going to give myself a couple little hole punches so that I can get in there with my scissors. And then this way, I have cut out that wheelbarrow, whatever that is. I don't know what that would be. It would just be the wire, right? It would be the leg or whatever of the wheelbarrow. So now you can see through that. Okay, so let's get to coloring. So I'm going to use blend. So I stamped my wheelbarrow on basic white with the memento before I cut it out. All right, so I also want to, on a piece of, I just want to use this for some scrap while I have my ink pad open. So I have my flower market. So I'm going to stamp my flower market on the little perennial. Then I can get rid of my ink pad. I can take it off my desk. So I need to get this so I can see it good. So I have flower market. It's so cute. This almost reminds me of a fancy little mustache. All right. I also want to take this little flower. And that's why I stamped flower market off to the side. So I'm going to take this little flower and I'm going to stamp that on the side of that. So this just kind of makes it look like, you know, a little, like a little label or whatever. All right. I also want to take a piece of scrap. Here we go. I have scrap, a little bucket of scrap paper that I always have on my desk. All right, and then I'm going to use my thanks friend, and I'm going to stamp that as well. I love this font. This is a really cute font. And I couldn't believe how many stamp sets we have that actually say, hello friend, thanks friend. We have quite a few. All right, so then I'm just going to set those aside. All right, so let's do some coloring. So we have, now I'm going to color similar like the, whatchamacallit, the wheelbarrow, kind of similar to how I colored it the other day because I loved how that turned out. So we're going to use our light gray granite. and color in our wheelbarrow. This is just such a cute set. I love how it's got all the little detail, like it has the edge of the wheelbarrow, like even tucked in there amongst the flowers. All those little things that I love, right? I love I'm very anal myself, so I love when the artist is also anal. I know that's not a good word to use. I guess maybe I hate to use the word perfectionist, because I am by far a perfectionist. I am really not. So, but I am anal. All right, now this is what's going to go on the back side. So you're not going to see a lot of this, but I'm just going to color it quickly. So just in case you can see it from the side, it's not going to be noticeable. It's not going to look like there's nothing colored on it. All right, so now I want my dark gray granite. And we're going to put some dark. I'm also going to put rust like I did the other day, because I think that just makes this wheelbarrow look even more realistic with that rust on it. Okay, so I don't have to go any further on that one. All right, so we're going to just hit these edges here with the dark under the flowers. And then we're going to put our rust with the copper clay. So I have my light copper clay, and we're going to put a little rust here and there. Just where we think there would be some rust. All right. Then I'm just going to take my light gray granite and soften those edges just a little bit. So I'm really hoping we get some rain, because I think that is what's got my allergies all messed up, because we've had a lot of wind and it has just kicked around like pods from the trees, and it's just craziness. So it's make me being, there's no better word than snot. I mean, that sounds horrible, but that's what I keep telling Jeff. I go, I'm just full of it. Sneezing and blowing my nose. And I hate to take medicine, so I just kind of put up with it. All right, so this is dark and light pebbled path. So that was dark petaled. So I put it on those handles there. And then this is light petal. Now I've changed the flowers. I didn't do those the same as the other day. All right. So I'm going to do dark lemon lime, and I'm going to have this wheel center be dark lemon lime, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do dark lemon on these leaves, and then I'm just going to kind of, like, if I see an area that doesn't really have, you know, it's not really a flower, it's not really, it's just space, I'm just kind of putting that green in there, just so that it's a really nice full wheelbarrow. So again, that was dark lemon lime twist. Now remember, this is going to be the back side of my wheelbarrow, so I want to make sure I color my flowers in, and I'm going to do the same thing. So this is that light lemon lime. Like, you won't see these, but I'm just kind of coloring them anyways. So dark lemon lime. And I love dark granny apple with the dark lemon lime. Oh my gosh, they look so good together because there's an obvious difference in them. So it just gives you that nice dark contrast between the two. I love it. So look how cool those look. And I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to blend them out. I just really like that dark granny and the dark lemon lime. And then I got to remember my little wheel hole here. I kept going back and forth. I'm like, do I leave it as an open hole, like white, but then I'd want to cut it out so that it was like this, you could see through it, so then I just colored it green. All right, so we have to remember we've got flowers on our tag, or our little, yeah, I guess that's like a tag, kind of. So I'm just going to use the same greens as I used on the wheelbarrow. All right, now my flowers, I'm going to do bubble gum. So the little, they're not really daisies, right? I'm not really sure what they are. Maybe pansies or something. But I'm going to do light bubble gum. So I'm just going to quickly color light bubble gum in here on these flowers. And I also want to do them on the back side of my wheelbarrow as well. So I'm just quickly, going around them. And I'm not sure. I'm going to make sure I color this little leaf in that I missed, just in case we can see it. All right. Now I'm going to take my dark bubble gum, and we're just going to add a little dark to our light bubble gum. So this isn't as noticeable dark because it's the same, it's the same color. It's just the dark version. So it's not as noticeable. It's still there, but not as noticeable as the lemon lime and the granny together. And then I'm going to do the same thing on my my filler flowers as well as these here. I'm going to use light fresh freesia and dark Highland heather. And I love these two together. So I'm going to color my filler flowers, or whatever these are. I'm sure they have a real name. So I'm just going to color those. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the back side of my wheelbarrow. Okay. And we got to not forget these guys. So I'm not going in the line. These ones need to be out of the line, right? Because it's just like a filler flower. All right, so then I'm going to take my dark Highland, and we're just going to put a little bit, like where it tucks into the plants, it would be dark in there. And then I just kind of go dot dot, because I still want to see the light, but I want there to be some dark. And then these guys too. All right, so see how pretty that looks? Can you see that? I love that. Okay, so let's put our wheelbarrow together. So I want this wheelbarrow to look like it is extra full of flowers. So see how extra full that is? And then you have this handle back here becomes the second handle of the wheelbarrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay that there just like it is. And I'm going to take a glue dot and another glue dot. And I'm just going to lay these two together. So I don't want a big, what am I trying to say here? I don't want it to be really, really spaced. So that's why I didn't use like a dimensional. you know, it's still got dimension to it, you know, because we've got a glue dot in there, but I didn't want there to be a big dimensional, because I'm going to put it on the box with the dimensional. All right, so let's bring our thanks friend, but I just want the thanks. Or you could just have it be friend, but I'm just going to have this be like a thank you little gift. So I'm just going to cut the thanks. And it's going to tuck in here like that. So I'm just going to take a glue dot and stick it back here. I'll probably take a couple. And I'm just going to kind of bend this a little bit so I can stick that in there amongst the flowers. And now you have like a little sign in between. So now you've got like little flowers behind, and that's why I doubled it up, not only to get like an obvious second handle, but I wanted it to look like the little thank you was stuck in the flowers. Now, if I'd have just stuck it behind without doing the double, it would just be sticking there. But with this way, you've got flowers, you know, behind it. So I thought that was super, super cute. All right, so let's bring our box over. I'm also going to use, this is the striped trim, and it is an iridescent, and it is so, so pretty. And I'm not measuring, I'm just guessing, like, well, that looks like it's enough. And I'm just going to cut it at a point. Then that way I can get it through. So I just want to make sure I'm putting it in the right way. Okay, because see, this is the anal part of me. I can see that seam right there. So I don't want to put it like this, because then you can see it from the front of the box. So I want to turn it like this, and then it's not like obvious, but people probably don't even notice it. That's just, I think that's one of my flaws. I have many flaws, but being anal is a flaw, I think. I don't know. It can be a pain in the butt to people, like my poor husband. When things aren't identical, when we hang them on the wall, I'm always like, oh, we need to move that over. All right, so I'm just going to put this stuff together. So we're just going to tie. So we're going to tie our little iridescent bow. And I'm doing it upside down because I find that I have more success with my bow if it's upside down. All right. Now before I pull my tails, I want to force them down. So that, like that. And then I can play with them. So once it's tied, then I can fiddle fart with them a little bit. I think those look pretty even. Okay, so you can see I need to get Kleenex. You can see I cut my string, or my ribbon, way too long. So I should have did it from the roll, but I will be wasteful today. So I'm just cutting my ends. Okay, so let's put this on the box. So what I've done is I want to put this on the box, and I'm going to put dimensionals. I'm also going to put this on with dimensionals too. So we'll flip this over. And I'm just going to use the baby ones. And I'm going to put quite a few, because I want it to be really secure on there, because it's going to stick out a little bit. Stick out. All right, let's see here. And let's put a little bit down here too. So I'm just going to cut and get a little skinny piece. Just so that's got some dimensional on it too. I don't think I need any right there. I think we'll be fine. I forget who showed me, and I always forget to do it, but you're supposed to write on your dimensionals, like you're supposed to, I'll just use this, just kind of make a mark. I don't know if this, maybe I should use a Sharpie, but anyway, once it's dry, so then you'll see that mark, and then you'll know if that mark is there, you'll know the dimensionals that you have missed, because so many times I'll get something stuck down, and then I realize, oh, I forgot to take the backing off of, you know, a dimensional, and sometimes it's hard to go back in and get that dimensional backing off. So I don't know who told me that. It might have been Marcy. All right. So let's see here. Maybe you do it with a Sharpie. Okay, doesn't matter. Now I've gotten off topic here. All right, so now we're going to put our cute little wheelbarrow, and I'm going to put it kind of, like, I don't want to put it like this so it's flat. I want to give it a tiny little bit of an angle so it looks like, you know, how you would be pushing it on. You would be on that wheel. And then I'm going to put our cute little flower market up here on the top. And this is such a cute little box that you can put like anything in it, you know? You could put like flower seeds. You can put jewelry. I was gonna jewelry because I love jewelry, but you know, they probably would hold a gift card even. All right, so here's the one I did earlier. So they look pretty darn close, I think. But they're just so fun. Oh my gosh. So make sure if you want any of these, because like I said, there's it does, I think, 2 cards and the little box. And I don't know how much longer they'll be in the store, so that's what I mean. All right, so let me say see you later. Alligator. Look at my crazy nose. I look like Rudolph. But anyway, so isn't that the cutest little thing? These are the most darling little boxes, and they just look so cute just sitting. You know, even if you don't put anything in them, and you just put them out like at springtime or something. But that's what it is. It's called Sweet Springtime Kit. So if you are interested, grab them quick, because like I said, I don't know how much longer they'll be in there. I do believe the other day there were refill packs of them, and there aren't anymore. It's just the full kits. So the full kit will have the cute little stamp set that has the bunny. So anyways. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing. I will see you Monday for a Mimeograph Monday with a Twist. That'll be 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. And I have a great weekend. And hopefully I won't be so sneezing and stuff next week. Maybe it would be nice if I could lose some weight every time I blew my nose. Doesn't work that way though, does it? All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing. I will see you Monday. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you then. All right, bye for now.